episode 40, recorded on Sunday, December 7th, 2014. Your weekly source for the latest news, games, and hacks for OUYAns everywhere. I'm Brandon from OUYACentral.tv.
And I'm Steve from OUYABrew.com. Thank you guys for joining us for episode number 40, the big 4-0.
Oh yeah,
And
can't believe it.
yeah, it's been a heck of a 40 episodes. My apologies for not being here last week. I had to go out of town, and Brandon expertly
And the
covered.
previous week. No, and the previous week.
Well, the last week it was canceled.
Well, yeah, because business, I guess.
So I'm saying I missed one episode. Okay,
Okay, the other one doesn't count. It's
that's
technically
right.
two, but
That
all
doesn't
right, we'll
count
count
if
this
you
one.
miss it too.
Okay. Yeah, we just rescheduled for this week. Gave us both a break. But anyways, we're back and ready to
Yeah.
attack. And we're gonna attack with some OUYA, what is it? Sales. Bingo. All right. So what do we have this week? We have quite a few new releases. We got some bundles. Orange Pixel Games has a bundle. You can get what, 3 or 4 games for $4.99. Yeah, 4 games. Groundskeeper, Heroes of Loot, Gunslugs, and Meganoid 2. Speaking of Gunslugs 2 was announced with a release date of January 15th, 2015. And you can go to gunslugs.com and check that out, new trailer out. And I think there's like a playable
Well,
demo for PC.
my
What?
birthday happens to be January 26th, so just saying, maybe someone else buy me a birthday present. Gunslugs 2.
Oh yeah. Hopefully the year's winding out. We're just still waiting on the OUYA 2, but we won't mention that no more. But anyways, next Super Lemonade Factory for $5.99. You get number 1 and 2. Then we have our Aki, what is that? Aki's Breakout Reloaded break for $6.99. It's 30% off this week. And I'm about to mispronounce this name here, but then Nunskull? New. Help me out.
New school.
Steve. New school. No school. $2.99 you get Monster RPG 2 and Crystal Picnic. Oh boy. And then Exile Games has a bundle. And
Those are all
Dotimo
too
Games has a
expensive.
bundle. Tasty Poison has a bundle. And then the last two is Dive Bomb Chomp for 50% off. It's $2.50. And then Shadow Light, The Power of the Dark, is 99 cents, 67% off. Don't know of any other unofficial sales, but
Those are pretty good bundles
those.
to get us started, considering bundles just came out not too long ago.
Right. And if you know for new OUYAns out there that just picked up a OUYA recently, I mean those are some good deals. Because normally like one game is $5.99, $4.99, and you can get 2 or 4 games for that same price. So
Yeah,
it gives you
absolutely.
more games to play.
I want to
Also,
apologize here because I know that we're going to be talking over each other again. For some reason, I don't know what it is with Google Hangouts, but whenever we start talking off the show, whenever the show is like not live, we talk back and forth with perfect clarity, and there's no problems. The second you hit that live button, it's like I get time delayed by like 10 seconds, and maybe it's because of my filthy mouth. I don't know, but It seems like every time you hit it, man, just immediately like lags me horribly. So if I start talking over you, I apologize about that.
No problem, no problem. It could be, because we're streaming live from the Ouya too. That can, I guess, I'm using up too much bandwidth. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, it's really weird. I mean, maybe because it almost seems like my voice goes through your computer and then to the YouTube channel, because whenever I play back the shows, your voice is always perfectly clear. And it's probably because you're the host, and I just joined in the call. But yeah, man, just so bad. I don't know what the heck to do about it anymore. It's like I've tried everything, got a better mic. I've gotten a better internet connection. It's like no matter what I do, it's just not working. So we'll just have to deal with it, and hopefully something will happen. It'll fix
We'll,
itself.
we'll blame Google. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I think Google Plus is still like in beta or something like that. Because I think they're always improving it in different features, adding new features and stuff. So I don't know. It's not 100%. Uh, I guess the number one solution, but it works.
That's right. It works. That's all we need. Well, speaking of bundles, did you see that J&K had put out his advent calendar game?
Oh yeah.
Now I know.
What I did,
Go ahead.
and I was gonna say, did you cheat and try to see which day Tapper came on?
No, no. I was just about to say I know that that game's going to be on there because I saw the screenshot of it, but I don't know which day it is. And so far, he's only got like 5 days worth of games on there. I'm going to go to it right now. It's called the Alpha Collection. It's a free bundle, but it's basically like an advent calendar type game that he invented. So you can do one game a day leading up until Christmas. And it's all Christmas backgrounds. He's got little snowflakes falling on the menu. So from that game collection, the first game on there is Abstract Action. This one's actually really, really simple. All you do is you just move a little block guy and try not to get hit by stuff. There's like a little stoplight thing. Yeah, I just died. Okay, we'll go back. The next one is Bouncy Bobby. Basically, you just jump Bobby across platforms that are suspended in the air. Some of them stay still, some of them move, but you only get to jump on them once, and then they break away. So it's kind of like you gotta just keep going. You can't stop. Caterpillar Chaos. That's exactly like that old Atari game Caterpillar. Is that what it's called? My God, I forgot. Centipede. Thank you. There's Centipede. Okay. So it's just like that. Then we have Destructive Detonation. That one is there's a game on the Ouya already that's like this. That's a little bit more polished, I guess I want to say, but still a really fun game where you're a bomb and you just explode wherever you can, and it causes a chain reaction. I think the game's called Chain Reaction, as a matter of fact. It causes a chain reaction and explodes all the other targets, and you have to clear like 40% of the board or something to move on. And then there is Exciting Encounter, which is a jet shoot 'em up game. You just shoot, and you're supposed to blow up other jets that are coming towards you so you can collect their fuel and stay alive for as long as you can. Flapping Fing, it's like a Flappy Bird clone, except for you collect things along the way. Gone Golfing, you got 3 hits to make your ball sink into the hole. And Heli Hover, you're a helicopter, and you just go upwards and try to collect Christmas presents. So those are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games that are currently available on the Advent Calendar game. They're fun. They're fun little games. I could see me going back every day and trying to see what the next game is for sure.
Well, if you want to skip that, you can.
Whoa, how do you do that?
You know that?
I did not know
Oh, you
that.
didn't know about that?
No, why am I not informed of this?
All right, let me show you. What you do is you
Hold on, I gotta
exit.
get back because I'm on my
Click
Ouya
it.
now. Hold on. One sec.
No, when you were announcing it, I was showing it.
Okay, I'm
When
watching
you were
now.
announcing everything, I was when you were announcing everything, I was showing everybody the just the games when you were talking about them, so our viewers know what we're talking about. So what you want to do is you want to go into manage, then you want to go to system, you want to go to advanced, and you want to go down here to time, date and time.
You cheater.
And what you're going to do is you're going to change the date. So you're going to change the date to, let me see if I know what I'm doing. So we'll go 2017. Bam. December 7th. We're in the future now. So now you go back to the game and you click on the game. Oh, I could have pressed U and to start it, but I didn't. All right, now we go to launch. And voila.
Man, look at you.
All right. So after heli hover, we got ice incident. He bounced on the couch, bouncy bounce bounce. Then there's junior jump jet, blast through the skies and destroy all the enemies. And we got karate fluffy,
Kerfluffle.
kerfluffle, kick punch. It's all in the mind. Then we have leaping lizard, guide the lizard across the avoiding alike tiles. Money maze, I think that's money maze. Grab the coins and avoid the monsters. Numbering numbers, destroy numbers so that only the target total remains. And we got octopus. It's clear the arena of bubbles and avoid the octopi. Penguin parade. Get as many penguins home as you can. Then we have cubic. Hop atop the cubes and light them all up. Then we got roller runner. Collect the gummies and avoid the ants. Soda service that keeps the patrons happy by serving them drinks. I wonder what game that's from.
Yeah.
Tower torment. Keep the invading blobs at bay by throwing logs at them. Urgent umbrella. Catch the rain before it ruins the cement. Violent velocity. Keep the wheel from hitting the bushes. And warning waves to dodge the asteroids and collect the gifts. Explosion experiment. Destroy all the explosions from within your circle. Y-box Yahtzee. Score whatever you can as the dice fall. And Platitude in Zone 0. Guide Platitude through the maze of platforms.
So there's two things I want to say here. Number one, I do not condone what you have done here, sir. And J&K, if you're listening, he is the one that just released all these horrible, horrible secrets to everybody. Not me. I did not do that. You're a bad person. Now, having said that, let's take advantage of what you've done and take a look at that game. So this is the one that he create while we were talking to him on our podcast. Is that right?
Yep.
It's kind of interesting.
Oh, so you gotta throw it, catch it back.
It's interesting that they don't go very far back because in the original game, they go much further backwards. Boy, he really made that difficult. Mickey, can you like fill up the glass more or something? No.
That was fun.
Nice. Well, see,
Definitely.
ask and you shall receive, I guess.
Oh yeah. We got plenty more where that came from, J and K. Stay tuned to the OUYAcast.
Nice. So, speaking
Oh,
of Christmas updates and Christmas video games, it looks like our friend Taziel, he's coming out with a Christmas update for his game, Weird Pong. It looks actually really nice, really nicely done. I don't know if you saw the screenshot on his Twitter account, but
yeah.
he is making the paddles
Yeah, I
into
like
candy
the
canes, and he's got like a Christmas tree in the
yeah, I
background and
like
all
that.
that. And
Yeah.
just for the sake of the
Yeah,
Christmas
I like the
spirit, we'll
candy
call the
canes.
ball a snowball.
Oh yeah. Also, Bomb Squad has been updated for with a holiday special.
Well,
Let's
what do you
see
get
if
with
we
it?
and then the show Santa and Frosty are back for the holidays. Also, a new map and new tournaments. So yeah, they have some like online tournaments that are like can last like 30 minutes to an hour, and then whoever gets the highest score gets some like badges and stuff. So that's cool. Also, with some updates, well, since the last podcast, Duck Game has been updated quite a bit. It has a single player mode, some new weapons, new physics. Um, what else? Uh, yeah, added yeah some more levels, and I'm surprised. I'm not too sure if this game has implemented the community content yet. Actually, I think the
I'm not
community
sure either.
content's actually I don't think the community content is live yet because I think under your play it would show like around here somewhere your community content. I think if I'm mistaken, Ouya will correct me. I know they listen to the show. Hi Tim. Hi Jared. Hi Bob. Hi Julie. Don't
Does
forget
Julie listen
Kelly
to the show?
and Matt. I don't know. I think so. I think Bob tells her that that dude Steve. Oh my goodness, you should have heard him today talking about Ouya.
It's like, man, if he says one more bad thing about us, I swear to God.
But yeah, what else we got? So we got some new releases, quite a few new releases. I mean, congratulations to Ouya on achieving over 1,000 games.
Woo
So that's
woo!
awesome. We haven't properly congratulated him on the OUYAcast. But yeah, we got Fractal Combat 2, $1.99. So far, it has not 5 stars with 9 ratings. So, and the price is not that expensive, $1.99. Then we have Where's My Egg for $2.99. We talked about Breakout Reloaded. Elliot Quest was a Kickstarter funded game. That's picked that up for $9.99. There's a new pinball game for $3.99. Attack of the Naked Blockheads 3D for 99 cents. Submarine Wars free. Mystic Mayhem free. Well, free trials probably. Don't see if they have see if they have a price to unlock like the full game. Because like if it has the asterisk, that means like there's in-app purchases. What's this one? Telepathic Zero Psychic Test for 99 cents. Fur and Nublo for 1.99. Nowhere Safe 3 free. Black Friday Rush So did you pick up anything for Black Friday or
No, I was
Cyber
actually.
Monday?
Well, Cyber Monday I did. Black Friday, I don't. I try not to do that anymore. I did it once, and I'm one of those people that like I will start swinging if somebody tries to stomp over me for a $10 toaster. Man, I don't care. So I try to stay away from that. But Cyber Monday was awesome. I got a couple things. Unfortunately, I was at work on Monday, so I was like had to look over my shoulder every 2 seconds, like the boss ain't watching me. Okay, here we go. I can get this now.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I picked up a radar that was at Best Buy, but I got it online because I drive like an hour to work. So since I've been working, I got one speeding ticket so far. So I'm gonna get a radar to help me out.
Oh
Can't
man,
afford
you
no
gotta
more
start
tickets.
using the Waze app from the well, I guess it doesn't matter. It's on iOS and on Google Plus or Google Play Store, but the Waze app is the best thing ever. WAZE lets you know where all the cops are. As soon
Yep.
as I see a cop, I tag them. Boom.
Yeah, I've tried that out. They also have it for Windows Phone, and it also like informs you on like where there's like cameras and all types of stuff. It's a cool app. I tried it out.
Oh man, I keep that thing going
So what
always.
else we got? Oh yeah. Um, Other big game was Mousecraft. They came released about 2 weeks ago. But
Now let me
yeah,
ask you
and then
something about
also we can't
Mousecraft.
forget.
Sorry, and I know I'm talking
Go
over you
ahead.
again because of this lag, but is Mousecraft coming out with a demo? Because I haven't seen one and I want to play it, but I'm not really sure about paying the full price for it. And let me add something onto that as a two-parter question. What are your thoughts on that new pinball game that they want you to pay money for, but show absolutely no screenshots of?
All right, Mousecraft. I believe that when it first releases for the first like maybe month or two, it's gonna they're not gonna have a demo, but I think they're probably working on it. I think eventually it'll come out with one because like I mean, Duck Game, So Many Me, most of like the games that Ouya gets. Eventually they do come out with a demo, so I don't see it not coming out with a demo.
I believe you're right on that one. I
I
heard
would.
that they might have a demo too.
All right, and as for this, what's this pinball game for 3.99? There's no screenshots.
No,
Is it
there's
the
like
Quantic?
yeah, they show no in-game screenshots, no video, no nothing. See, it looks like you're lagging too because I can't see the pictures on there on yours.
All right, they're still loading up. I think my connection's a little slow today, but it looks like 11 people bought it.
Maybe I can pull some up on Google. Hmm. Oh, there's
Do, do,
screenshots of
do.
it on the Google Play Store.
So it's okay. It's like an Android port.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, it looks like 7 people bought it. So it's got 4 stars.
Maybe they had it already on Android and they decided they liked it enough to bring it over.
All right. I mean, most like Android games, they as of right now because Android TV is fairly new. There's not that many games that have implemented a controller. So you know, people that want to play your game, they suggest porting your game over to Ouya, and it most of the time I'm not too sure how the technical aspect of implementing the controller, but I don't see it being that hard. I'm not,
Hmm.
I'm not a developer, so don't. It could be probably way more than maybe just a line of code or something.
Yeah, no kidding.
But Elliot Quest seems to to get some quite a few ratings. Got 30 ratings so far and 5 stars for $10.
Yeah, I haven't really looked at a lot of the ones that are just pay only right now. Obviously, just because of my position of the free demos, I have a tendency of skipping over them. I know maybe I shouldn't, but I just, when there's so many other games out there that so many other people have put their time and effort into, and they offer a demo, then I kind of just go gravitate towards those more often. And that's just me personally. Obviously, people are buying these games, and good for them. Good for the developers too.
We got Tozil asking a question on the Q&A. Did you get some problems slash bugs with the new hotfix, the OUYA hotfix #1? Mm, I haven't. I didn't have any problems.
Yeah, I haven't seen any problems either.
Well, I know. Well, I noticed like I thought when I took the OTA, the first OTA, that I kept root, but I actually didn't. And the only way to root now is with Eldon McGinnis's reroute script, because when OUYA did the new OTA, they fixed, I guess, an exploit in that one-click APK root app. So the only way to root with the new OTA is to use that reroute script.
Really?
And he's made it a lot easier than when it first came out, where just have like the script runs automatically. Like instead of you typing everything in, you just press the button and it does it for you. So check that out. It's on the OUYAforum.com. Reroute.
That's weird because I just looked at the Root My OUYA app and it still says I'm rooted even after the update.
You might. Are you rooted?
It says I am.
But are you? That's the question.
Well, I just got a prompt asking for one of the apps to have super user access, so I must be.
Yeah, then yeah. I don't know. For some reason, I didn't have root, and then I had the Google Play Store on there, and I was trying to get rid of it, but I couldn't. I was trying to reroute with his original script, and it didn't work for me for some reason. He helped me out for like an hour trying to figure it out, and every time that I had it actually hooked up to my computer through ADB, he kept on saying that I wasn't rooted. He didn't know what was the problem, but what he did mention to me that what you can get is the hot fixed zip file, and like flash that in OUYA's recovery. And when I did that, it kind of like factored, because I tried to factor in resetting it, but it still didn't get rid of the Google Play Store. But when I did this, the zip OTA file, flashing it in the recovery, it when it came back up, it was the Google Play Store was gone, and then I had root. Because like if you hook it, because like if a brand new OUYA, if you don't root it and you hook it up through the USB, it's already rooted. It's just not rooted on the device for the apps to use. So he was telling me like you in the shell command, type in super user and put who am I or something like that, and it tells you if you are able to root or are rooted. It'll say root. But like earlier when I was trying to do it, it was saying that it was giving me something else. It didn't say that I was root. But that's that. When I did that flashing the zip of the OTA, the hotfix, and OUYA's recovery, I was back to normal. So that was cool. I know he's been. I want to try to create a video, and I think he asked you about doing a video of flashing that zip through the OUYA's recovery. So we need to try to get that together for him. That especially for people that are kind of new to this, that are scared to root because all the technical stuff where the one-click root. I'm pretty sure it doesn't work anymore, but it might work because you were already rooted before the OTA.
That could very well be it because it's already rooted.
Right. But I
But
don't.
I mean, for anybody out there that's listening to this and you wonder if it's okay to root, I assure you that it is. The only thing I would caution against is what you do at root, because once you have access, I am a living example of not going and poking around places you shouldn't, because I have completely destroyed my first OUYA because not because I was rooted, because I started messing around with stuff that I shouldn't have when I got root. So just be careful with what you do with it. That's all.
Right. Right. Yeah.
And in all fairness, it was like more high level stuff than most people aren't going to mess with anyway. Root is mainly good just to add stuff like you said the Google Play Store and all that.
Right. And then another thing on it with Ellen McGinnis's reroute script, it would, before you take an update, you can actually back up all your save game files, and then you can, once you take the OTA, if or if you flash your OUYA back to factory settings, you still have those game saves backed up, and then you can just put them back in, and you should be good to go.
Absolutely. And there's going to be updates that are going to block it, and you just got to keep up with who's coming out with the latest and greatest things to get around that. OUYAforum.com is obviously the place to go for all that kind of information, as well as XDA developer or developers, I forget. They're also a very good site for OUYA hacks and mods.
Oh yeah, and OUYAbrew.com.
Oh yeah, I can occasionally. Occasionally I'll steal something and put it on there.
Tozil has another question. He says my OUYA still has root after I updated my OUYA. It looks weird. My bug is when I'm trying to go to the make slash software, I get a pop-up saying the OUYA launcher stopped working, but the OUYA support team says the upcoming hotfix will fix that. Huh. Maybe when you took since you are rooted and you took the update, there probably there is a bug, but you could just like if you wanted to, you don't have to, or you can just back up all your game saves, factory reset your OUYA and then try to see if that fixes it.
Or additionally, you can get somebody with the same firmware version, the most up-to-date firmware, which is what I'm assuming you have, and see if they can transfer over their OUYA launcher APK file. That might fix it as well, but most likely your bet's going to be what Brandon suggested, which is to go ahead and flash and just reboot the whole thing, because I think it pulls the OUYA launcher APK from like the system file and puts it back on the OUYA. So, or it pulls it from somewhere, like a recovery partition, I think. So, yeah, it's probably gonna be your best bet.
So you say he goes to make in software. Yeah, and I don't have any problems with that. And at the moment, I'm not rooted, so maybe, I don't know, maybe it can be just some conflict with root. Maybe, I don't know.
Making software. Let me try that real quick. And while I'm trying that, hold on. Make software. Nope, loads fine for me. You got a broken one, man. Just flash your OUYA, bring it back up from scratch. So I don't know if you recall. It's kind of related to OUYA as they're a competitor, but not directly related, but I want to mention it real quick. So I just learned like 10 minutes before the show that there's actually a use for my game stick that I bought. Apparently, I got to figure out how to do it, but apparently you can put this thing into what's called a developer mode and turn it into a almost like an Android box, so you can put XBMC and things on it like that, which for the most part would be pretty interesting to have if you are like a person who travels a lot, because even though I love the OUYA, and even as small as it is, you still have to have the HDMI cable, you have to have the power for the OUYA, and and that kind of thing to get it up and running. With the game stick, it's just the stick, and I'm not sure if you have to have power plugged into it. I guess you might, so that could be a kind of a bummer. But anyway, it's a little bit more compact. So if you could actually hack that thing into making it work with like XBMC and you're traveling, that'd be kind of an interesting thing to take on the road. I don't know how much effort I'm going to put into that. I really just got it so that I can use it as an additional controller because it was $20. So you know.
Can't beat that.
And yes, I'm using it as an additional controller on my OUYA.
Have you you received your Amazon Fire Stick?
I did. I haven't plugged it in because I'm giving it away as a Christmas present, but it finally came in, and it looks pretty interesting. I don't know. There's so many streaming devices out there now. I mean, TVs are built in with it.
Right.
You know, there's just so much that it's just kind of like, you know, it's just one more to add to the pile. And realistically, what are you going to use to set yourself apart? You know, it's like you can offer the same stuff that everybody else. So other than that, price point's really the only difference.
Right.
Maybe like to a degree, some sort of like speed in the machine, but
Right. Yeah.
But anywho, so before we wrap this up, because I know we're coming up on about 45, well, I guess 35 minutes, so we got a little bit of time. Christmas is coming up, as you know, and we've got about what? Let's see, today's the 7th, so in 2 weeks that'll be the 24th, so 2 weeks and some change before Christmas Day. If some listeners who don't have an OUYA or who are thinking of getting an OUYA, find that they want to get it and give it as a Christmas gift, what are some games that you would recommend they pre-install for the recipient of their new OUYA? Or if they received an OUYA, what games would you recommend that they get? How about like a top 3 list? Sound good?
Okay. I'll
let you go first because I'm just springing it on it. I'm springing it on you. I have no idea what I'm going to pick. I'll find something.
Well, I think yeah. All right. I'm trying to. All right, if it's a recipient, trying to think of something that's not a multiplayer game because I'm technically, or not technically, but most of the time, you're playing your OUYA by yourself sometimes. So, and it has to be free to, not has to be free to try, but what would I recommend?
That's why I asked you.
Okay.
No pressure.
Oh boy, why'd you do this to me?
You want to go one for one? I'll do one and you do one.
All right, my first one is gonna be Acorn Assault. It's free to try.
Acorn Assault.
Acorn Assault is my first one. It's a single player game. You can play against the AI. You can play or local if you have a friend over, or you can play online against somebody. So, bam.
That's a good choice. I like it.
I like that one too.
Let's see. What would my first choice be? I'm going to have to go probably with one of the emulators, maybe Super Nintendo emulator. Technically not a game, more of an app, but I think that for somebody who is not familiar with what the OUYA is and how to play it, having something that they are familiar with to kind of segue them into how to work the controls and just get a good general feel for it, I think is really a smart choice. So if you get something like, say, Super GNES or you know, whatever the case may be, I mean, there's so many emulators on there, you can get them pretty much anything, but you know, load it up with a couple ROMs. I think that would be a good thing to have because it takes away that initial jerk reaction that you get with any new item, where it's like, oh, that's cool. Now I'm gonna put it down and stop playing it because there's something familiar on there. There's something you know. So I think that's a good one to start with.
Right. I mean, I always see people talking about they want to get a OUYA for the emulation aspect of it. I
Yeah.
mean, all the emulators work. What was it? Don't know if it was PS1. I think there's a PS1 emulator, and people were saying that when it first came out, it wasn't, some games lagged or stuff, but I think someone else said, oh, but it's been updated and it's a lot better than it was. So
Yeah. Matter of fact, I think that's trending. If it don't, it was somewhere on the Discover store. I think it's trending somewhere. But yeah, so PS1 emulator. If you want to go retro and play some, old Tomb Raider or something like that, that'd be a good one. What's your
right.
number 2 pick, sir?
Number two. Hmm. Hmm. I can't
There's
believe
no time limit here. We're just all waiting on you.
we
That's
got
fine.
all we got all day. No. Oh man. I can't believe you did this to me. Choices. There's so many to choose from. Uh, what to pick? What to pick? All right.
I'm gonna go make some dinner, so I'll just.
Yeah, but by the time you get back, I should be done. Um. Hmm. I'm gonna have to go with Bomb Squad, since like the most recent update, including like online multiplayer. Um, I think I believe it's completely free now. And now all there is now is in the game is in-app purchases to buy tickets to unlock characters or different maps. You can also if you get like some achievements, that you get tickets for those achievements, and then use those tickets to unlock different stuff. So I would recommend Bomb Squad, and also it has, you can play up to 8 players. It supports the PS3 controller, 360 controller, other USB controllers. There's even like an Android and iOS app that you can put on your phone and use your phone as a controller. So if you don't have that many controllers and you have friends that have iPhones and Android phones, they can play against you on with that game. So
Very nice.
I would recommend that game.
All right. Let's see here. I think that one of the games, probably my number 2 that I would recommend. It doesn't, and the thing about this list here, these top 3 from both of us, at least in my opinion, this is not a list of what games I think are the best games on the OUYA. That's not it whatsoever. What this is a list of games that I think are going to grab a person's attention and make them appreciate the OUYA and what it has to offer as far as games go. So to that end, I would actually recommend Dungeon Crawlers on the OUYA. Now it's a really fun game. It's a RPG style game. I know there's a lot of RPG fans out there. The graphics are pretty decent, and it's a turn-based type game. It's just a fun game to play. So it's one of those ones where you get kind of like a lot of bang for your buck as far as what it costs and what you're getting out of it, and it's just a lot of fun. I like it. So Dungeon Crawlers is my number 2 pick. And finally, your number 3 pick, sir.
I'm gonna go with Neon Shadow. There's a single player mode, and there's also like an online multiplayer mode. Um, I believe that game is one of the first games that was kind of like a first-person shooter. If you're like into Call of Duty and stuff, uh, I remember seeing that game on the OUYA, and that was like one of the first ones that was like a first-person shooter, and I was like, that's an awesome game.
Yeah, that one is pretty good. It's pretty good for new players. Obviously, I've said before it's not really my favorite game, but as far as like a first time around kind of game for new people, I think that's actually a really good pick.
Right. Yeah, I remember when it first came out, the graphics on it, it wasn't like a pixel game, which I mean I don't have no offense to the people that have pixel games, but it's just like the graphics. It was similar to Shadow. What was that? The Shadow game, Shadow Gun. But yeah, when I first saw it, I was like, this is what Ouya needs.
Yeah. Well, my third game would actually be Pinball Arcade. I think that is just a game with a ton of replay value. It's got a dozen or probably a couple dozen tables if you want to buy the packs or whatever, but it's got some free ones as well. And the great thing about Pinball Arcade is there's just so much replay value. Like I said, you can just play the single table over and over and over. It's all about high score. It's not about making it to a certain point. So to me, that's a really fun game. And also with the OUYA, one thing that was critiqued so early on with the OUYA's design were the bumper buttons up top, but for OUYA, or rather for Pinball Arcade, those actually work really, really well. I like the feel of it. It's a good combination. So that would be my number 3. So now you have it. If you get an OUYA, or if you're sending somebody else an OUYA, those are the games that you should probably put on it for them. Because, we said so. For no other reason than we said so.
Have you just here's a quick shout out to our buddy James from Monster Finger Games. He recently has a massive update to Rush Hour Mayhem. Go ahead and check that out. Hi, James.
Is that
It's
Rosie?
not Rosie.
Sorry, I had to throw that in there, man.
But Tozio also says that his top 3 games is Duck Game, Bomb Squad, and Meltdown.
Duck Game, Bomb Squad, and Meltdown. Meltdown is a good one too. I mean, Meltdown was one of the first OUYA games that I really enjoyed playing a lot, and I know we played it when we did our last game day together with a couple of our fellow OUYAns. So hopefully, if you get that, you'll enjoy it as well.
Right. Yeah, I think that for me I don't think it was, but to me it was like the first online multiplayer game that you can just jump in and play with other people that are playing online.
I think the first one was probably Order in Chaos. I think that RPG game, that was probably the very first one, but it crashed a lot, so people were kind of like, eh.
All right, yeah, but those other ones, but like to me, that was my first online one that I enjoyed personally. But who am I?
You're OUYA Central, man. You're OUYA Central TV. You own this.
One last quick thing before we leave. Tozil mentions that he is an Android expert user, and the factory reset thing only cleans the data and cache partition. If you delete like a system app, like the OUYA browser, you will not get that app back. But if you make the factory reset or the zip OTA flash, that will fix that. It will restore that app that you deleted.
Sweet.
But the only way that you can delete that file is if you're rooted. So if you
Well, and that's a thing about the root too, is you can only access it, as far as I know, unless there's a utility I'm not aware of, but you can only access those root partitions from within the OUYA, because if, for example, say you hook up your USB to your OUYA, plug it into your computer, you're not able to see the system settings, and maybe there's a program that'll do it, maybe there's a way to do it, I'm not positive, but you have to be within the OUYA. So in the case of my other OUYA that I bricked when I messed with the launcher, I can't fix that because I can't connect it up and do anything with it. So, but if you flash it, he says you can get it back.
Oh yeah, because that's what when I flash mine, it completely wiped the because I factory resetted it and it still left the Google Play Store there, but when I did the zip OTA flash, it wiped everything. So I was happy with that.
Yeah,
Well,
I think we're about out of time, man.
yep, that's it for the OUYAcast this week. Stay tuned to next week where we might have a developer on, maybe, maybe not. You can
And
contact us.
also before we go, I want to mention me personally. As it gets closer to Christmas, I tend to get more. What's the word that I like to use? I have become a very giving person. The spirit of Christmas, gets inside me. So
Do
you
you grow
might
like
want to
do you grow a long
keep
white
that in
beard?
mind. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I'm just saying that if you're an OUYAcast listener, or if you've never listened to the OUYAcast, now in the next week or two might be a good time to start, because I get generous.
Yeah, it's the holiday season, people got new OUYAs. You never know.
There you go.
Well, that's it for this week, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Catch us next week. You can contact us on Twitter at OUYA Central TV and at OUYA Brew. Same time next week. Blah, blah, blah. Bye.
Bye.